Donovan.
And Mike, I gotta say, I'm really not surprised that the wind has made its way back into our neck of the woods. Right. Jefferson has been talking about the resurgence of wind, but I tell you, I was feeling it on the drive in this morning, pushing my car a little bit around the road.
Did you dodge any tumbleweeds while you're at it?
You know, I didn't see a tumbleweed. I think they're all stuck on the riverside.
I think you're probably right about that. Yeah, it is the wind, and welcome to the first day of spring on the calendar.
It is spring, isn't it?
It is. So something to look forward to. It's going to be on the cool side, though, today. Right now, the winds have been fairly light in Yakima with clear conditions and 39 degrees at this hour. Expect clouds on the increase, though, as we head into the afternoon. Pasco clear right now at 44, but check out the winds in the basin right now out of the west-southwest at 23 miles per hour. Sustained wind speeds. We'll call for cloudy conditions later today with a chance of showers. Snow returns in the mountains, and of course, that wind is going to be with us, especially in the Ellensburg and the Tri-Cities area. We'll have more on what the rest of the week looks like in your weekend and your full storm tracker forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Mike. We begin this morning in Wapato. A family member of a man who was killed in a 2023 drive-by shooting is speaking out about the sentencing of the killer. Xavier Anthony Randall was sentenced to 20 years and 4 months in prison for the shooting death of Charlie Jimenez. The sentence also includes a 5-year firearm enhancement, which is additional prison time because of the use of a gun, and must be served before any reductions for good behavior or time served are applied to Randall's sentence. We spoke to Charlie Jimenez's sister, Vanessa Ramirez, who is not happy with the sentence.
All I can say is 20 years, it's not enough. It's not enough taking somebody's life. I just hope that he regrets everything what he has done.
Randall was convicted on second-degree murder and drive-by shooting charges in February, but his accomplice, Elias Joel Campos Dones, was acquitted on the murder and drive-by shooting charges. He was found guilty, though, on charges of unlawfully possessing a firearm. He's expected to be sentenced later this month. And a judge sentencing a man for the murder of a Pasco woman in Oregon City closes a major chapter, nearly 2 years after police found the woman's body dismembered in Oregon. K2's Victor Park has the details on the case.
The case came to an end nearly 2 years after the Pasco woman disappeared from a home in a Portland suburb. The judge hearing from an emotional family who spoke directly to the suspect. A confessed murderer facing a judge and the victim's family in a Clackamas County courtroom.
You acted as God when you took Kara's last breath from her, and I have no intention of wasting another breath of mine on you.
The family choosing not to be shown on camera, but making clear the impact after the gruesome murder of Cara Raylene Taylor.
Sunrise to sunset, Monday through Sunday, 24 hours a day. I'm haunted by my sister's killing.
Jamin Peter Fritsch in shackles, not making contact with Taylor's family.
Your Honor, I'm here today to take full responsibility for my crimes.
The judge handing down his fate.
The charge of murder in the second degree, I will sentence you to life sentence with a minimum of 25 years.
The 49-year-old victim from Pasco, Washington, was staying with Fritsch in Oregon City, where she was last seen on July 2023. Police later finding her dismembered body at a landfill in Corvallis. A few weeks later, police arrested Fritsch, who admitted to dismembering Taylor and placing parts of her body in different locations, believing police would not find her remains. Well, her arms and legs were never found. In court Wednesday, her brother holding on to grief.
She's not all here, but she's in this box.
Now, Fritsch will be eligible for parole in 25 years. The judge, though, making it clear he prays the sentence brings the victim's family some comfort and relief. Reporting in Portland, I'm Victor Park, Action News.
Victor Park, thank you. And the remains of a man who went missing a year ago have been found after police say he was murdered. Benton County coroners have confirmed the findings as the remains of Annabelle Areola. Kennewick police began investigating after getting reports from his family. 3 people have been charged after police say they shot and stabbed Areola before dumping his body into the Columbia River near the Vernita Bridge. 2 of them remain in custody at the Franklin County Jail, while a third is in custody and will face extradition from Montana. And a man spent the night in jail after running at officers with a knife and getting shot. According to Kennewick police, just before 10 last night, dispatch received a call about a man who had cut his arm and was trying to kill himself near the 1100 block of West 10th Avenue. Arriving officers found the 27-year-old armed with a large knife and attempted to speak with the man for about 8 minutes before he unexpectedly sprinted at one of the officers with that knife. Two officers shot their firearms, hitting the 27-year-old. He was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and eventually booked into the Benton County Jail for first-degree assault. The Benton County Sheriff's Office is now leading the shooting investigation. The Grandview Police Department have confirmed that an 18-year-old and a 23-year-old have been arrested on 6 charges of malicious mischief following a spate of vandalism at multiple homes in the area. Several homes were vandalized with what GPD described as gang graffiti through the night of Sunday, March 16th and Monday, March 17th. Police were alerted to the graffiti at around 7 a.m. on the 17th. Using home security footage from the vandalized properties, GPD were able to identify 2 of the suspects who are now booked into the Sunnyside Jail. And Kaylee Frias has joined Prosser Digestive Health Center to expand gastroenterology services in the area. With experience in both gastroenterology and emergency medicine, Frias offers advanced diagnostic and therapeutic care for a wide range of digestive and liver conditions. A graduate of Frontier Nursing University and Washington State University, she brings a patient-centered approach to her practice, focusing on comprehensive and evidence-based treatment. She's now accepting new patients. And the Washington State Department of Commerce presented the Pasco School District with a grant yesterday, just under $2 million. Washington Chamber of Commerce Director Joe Wynn visited the district yesterday afternoon to present the grant, which is part of $55 million being distributed statewide to upgrade energy efficiency.
Because of COVID, we ran our HVAC systems 24/7 throughout the 2-3 years that we were in that area of COVID. So our systems weren't made for that. Pasco High School's mechanical system is old, so it failed. So we need to upgrade it.
Now, $1 million will be used to upgrade the old system at Pasco High School, while the remaining funds will be used for energy efficiency plans at 25 other district buildings. And the Opportunities Industrialization Center of Washington is launching 2 new programs to help first-time home buyers and local business owners. The Down Payment Assistance Program offers up to $20,000 to first-time home buyers who complete housing counseling and meet income requirements. The program focuses on underserved areas. For businesses, OIC is partnering with Vision's Economic Development Center to provide loans ranging from $50,000 for new entrepreneurs to $250,000 for qualifying businesses. Both programs require completing workshops or technical sessions. For more information or to apply, head over to our website, kimatv.com. And with that, let's jump right over to Mike McCabe to talk what's going on in the weather forecast here. I know it seems like we're seeing maybe some more rain and possible snow in those upper elevations, at least passing through.
Yeah, it is snowing right now over White Pass and Snoqualmie Pass. So if you're planning any mountain pass travel this morning, you're going to run into some winter driving conditions over the mountain passes of Washington. The blues look good right now, as well as Cabbage Hill through eastern Oregon, but this will continue to be a part of our forecast, not only today, but moving into the weekend. We could be looking at up to over a foot of additional snow over the high country. What about here at home? I'll have your full storm tracker forecast coming up